Championship at Texas Motor Speedway. This is the second to last round of the overall 2014 championship. This is Jared DeAnder, your host, as well as co-host Ryan Sage. Ryan, we are making it a great event. Again, in contention of championship. You can tell the conditions are windy. It's a little bit of drizzly, but as we're kind of shutting down here, it's windy, but seems to be drying out a little bit. But consistency is key for these guys. Yeah, well, talking to some of the tech guys before and our staff manager, basically saying, look, the rain seems to be gone. We're just going to have this wind now. So most of the practice was in those very wet conditions, that little bit of drizzle. So that's going to be a big challenge for those drivers, as we'll probably see the track stay at least in this condition, if not drier. And it'll be a tough challenge. This track is already challenging. Luckily, there's no walls here, so you can push, pretty hard without having to worry about going into a hard concrete wall. But nonetheless, this track always is one to watch out for. Well, this is our second year here at Texas Motor Speedway. We have Big Haas, the one of the largest screens in the world. I mean, until this last year, it was the largest screen. So it's a pretty cool setting here. Again, this is one of the few rounds that we have, both Pro and Pro 2. So you're going to be seeing Pro 2 later on today. Qualifying for that was last night. But then tomorrow is the main event, and we have a forecast of awesomeness, which is 79 degrees and sunny. So we should have ideal conditions for tomorrow's head-to-head battles. Talking about the event format even further, about 50 drivers, went down to 32, if you want to speak further to that. Yeah, so today is qualifying. This is the setup day for the big show tomorrow. We've got, just above 50 drivers that we're going to be whittling down to 32. They're going to have an opportunity to take 2 laps. The best score of those 2 laps will either place them into the top 32 or they'll be knocked out of competition, and then we'll bracket those 32 competitors for tomorrow's event to find out just who will stand on top of the first place, second place, and third place podium tomorrow. It's pretty exciting, again, as we near closer to the championship, wrapping it all up, putting a bow on it, put an exclamation point on it at the House of Drift, Irwindale, California. Now let's talk about the criteria. Speed no longer criteria if this is your first event you're tuning into or live and in person in the flesh here in the stands. Speed no longer criteria, but line, angle, style, very much style the main point. But let's walk us through here if you could, Ryan. Yeah, I mean, this is the easiest map to see in the history of mankind up there on Big Haas. You can see the line judge has allocated 25 points, and he's put them in specific parts of the course where they're going to be achieving up to 5 points. You can see at clip 1, right there at outer zone number 1, outer zone number 2, clip number 2 on the inside, and then outer zone number 3 making up the 25 points. That judge also has an additional 10 points of style that they may allot to the driver for the style that they put through in their run. Okay, so there's line. Let's talk about angle. Another 25 points and another 10 in style, but if you could on angle. Yeah, you can see the angle map is basically at the same as the line map in terms of where the points are going to be allocated. So really important for the drivers to not only maintain the proper line, but maximizing angle all the way through, especially on some of those key parts of the track where you really need that momentum to push you through and speed and grip to carry you through as well. In these wet conditions, that's certainly going to be challenging, but of course, everything will be graded on a curve. All the drivers will be treated the same. In the drivers meeting earlier, a point of interest of the drivers and the judges, kind of not just a real point that the drivers are looking at is right here in front of the judges stand. This rear outer zone going to that second front clip. How the drivers are going to navigate that, what's going to score them the most maximum points. That was a real point that the drivers really brought up. But let's talk about that style, because as you said, the line and angle judge have 10 points of their own allocated towards style, but then the style judge 30 points, 50% of the overall score style. Yeah, and so basically the way that we look at style is 3 basic categories: impact, fluidity, and commitment, and how well you're able to achieve those adjectives through the course. And each category is made up of 10 points. So 10 points for impact, 10 points for fluidity, and 10 points for commitment, making 30 points for that judge, and 50, as you said, overall for 50% of the score. So style is definitely a huge component here, and will ring true, especially in these conditions where it's going to be much more challenging to push your car to where you would want to, especially given the fact that it's not dry. Yeah, given these conditions, even the wind comes into play, and obviously you don't have the impact of the smoke. That's not a judge criteria, but it makes it look exciting, and also you take a look at kind of the evidence of the line that you've taken, and also the commitment as far as wheel speed, and it looks cooler, obviously. So smoke is not going to be such a criteria. Maybe later on as it dries out, maybe on the second runs collectively we'll get that smoke, but all those elements combined, if you do all those elements, you're going to get 100 points. Now that's being a hero. Let's talk about being a zero. Last year was such a rigmarole. Last year we saw the protests, we saw long delays, some of the longest we've ever seen. Let's talk about zeros, Ryan.
So here you go right here. This is basically really easy to understand in terms of what you can actually do to achieve a zero. Most everybody that is familiar with drifting understands this. Loss of drift, 2 tires off course. If your hood latch or doors open as a safety precaution, you could achieve a zero for that. Contact that results in loss of spin or drift. That doesn't necessarily apply here. Usually on the courses where we have a lot of walls, that can play a factor. And, of course, the one that everybody knows, spinning out. And so zeros are always going to be judged by the judges in a majority fashion. So if 2 of the 3 say that this is 0, then the driver will receive a 0 for that run.
All right, so we've talked about setting the course here, literally and figuratively, for today's event. But let's talk about building up to this round of competition, the championship, and where the championship point stands. I mean, they're gunning for it. I mean, some of the drivers are going for their first ever championship. Some are going for repeats. But let's talk about this top 5. Most notably, Chris Forsberg, 5 for 5. He's podium to every round of competition. Nipping on his heels is that 4-cylinder turbo Frederick Osbo and Vaughn Gittin Jr. He's in the mix.
Yeah, it's no doubt that Chris Forsberg has been the most consistent driver all season long, and obviously that shows in his results. 421.5. Frederick Osbo and Vaughn Gittin Jr. are the most notable contenders to possibly knock him down. But I mean, Chris has basically led this championship from Long Beach until now. With that win in Long Beach, he basically has not faltered in his ability to stay on top, and I don't think anybody's really done that, so there's a lot to be said for that. At the same time, I think the story coming into this event is who will be eliminated in the championship. We know guys that are down in the 270-point range, like Kenny Moen and Darren McNamara, potentially could get eliminated. If we start to see a 100-plus point gap between drivers going into the last round, especially for Chris's position, you really know that you can't make that up. It's almost impossible. So we're looking forward to see how the competition is all going to come together. This is really a momentum builder going into the championship round in just 1 month.
I mean, I think it's really cool, the variety of drivers that are really hitting their stride. A lot of those Achilles radial drivers. Robbie Nishida, who's been banging away for many years, he's in the top 10. Dean Carnage Carney in that Achilles radial Oracle Lighting Dodge Viper. I mean, it's good to see him get up in the mix. He got his first ever podium. So, just a variety of vehicles. You have these usual suspects, which have been banging away, and they're gunning for a championship. But at the end of the day, you, the fans, always win. So thank you for joining us here. This is the second to last stop. This is round 6 of 7 of the Formula Drift Championship, Texas Motor Speedway. Ryan Sage, Jared Deanna. When we come back, we'll begin run 1 of the 2-run qualifying here at Texas Motor Speedway.
X80 has the most trusted clutch used by the most abusive drivers. When it comes to sliding sideways, X80 Clutch has you covered. Head over to ExityUSA.com for more information.
I need 50 on pump 3.
Hey, boss. He's back.
Not again. Get the sign. Eco Boost engine. Freebie for Mr. Ford Fiesta, eh?
The 2014 Ford Fiesta, with available 1-liter EcoBoost engine, has an EPA estimated rating of 45 highway miles per gallon. Less stops, more squeegee.
Hate that guy.
Crank it up.
I am the trusty co-pilot. The moving part that moves all 2,000 parts. I am the translator who interprets the road, the permission to take the scenic route, and the guide that gets you there safely. I'm not just any tire. I am a Yokohama.
Okay, well, as you can see, the gray clouds are looming. We saw a lot of rain this morning, just kind of like a spitty rain, kind of annoying rain, obviously wetting the track, getting on your clothes, getting you wet. But now the rain has become sort of a nuisance here on track. Ryan, if you could.
Yeah, looking at the track during practice and the drivers going over some of the new pavement that was laid down from last year or to this year. Yep. Looks like some of the actual pavement has come up, and the track officials want us to make a repair to it, so they're going to go through the process of doing that right now. Looks like we're going to be on a little bit of a delay until that actually takes place, but we'll hopefully be back and finish qualifying as soon as we possibly can. So
about a 20-minute delay, but obviously want the ideal conditions because, I mean, as you know, if you drive on some freeways and you hit a pothole, it could ruin your day, not only damage your rim, but if in this case could be some suspension components. So we want an even field for all the drivers, have the best possible conditions, obviously giving that Mother Nature spitting on us here right now. But so we'll have a short delay here, but in the meantime, why don't you check out a special exclusive behind the scenes footage of Formula Drift Japan. Again, Formula Drift, this is our 11th year of competition, obviously the birthplace of drifting being Japan. Formula Drift went back to, as some people were joking, homeland, but as the motherland, the birthland, the birthplace of drifting, Formula Drift Japan. So take an exclusive look at Formula Drift Japan.
July 6, 2014. At Fuji Speedway, Formula Drift Japan's first World Tournament was held. There gathered 69 drivers from all around the world. There were 69 dreams and 69 hopes. One driver was seeking their way back to competitive drifting, chasing the lead position. Another driver desired to challenge himself. And for the other, it was a first step toward the international drifting scene. Each one of the 69 drivers fought the battle to achieve glory and to accomplish more than they could ever dream. This is the story behind the battle.
今回フォーミュラ D ジャパンに出ようと思ったきっかけは、もともと海外で走りたいっていうのはあったんですけど、そんなことを考えてる時に逆にフォーミュラ D が、日本に来るっつうんで、そういう話を聞いたのがちょうどこの車の持ち主のお店に遊びに行ってる時だったんで、車貸してくれって言ったらいいよということだったんで、なんかトントン拍子で決まって、で出るにあたってなんですけど、僕10年ぐらい前その D1 出てたんですけど、いろいろ参戦費用とかなくなったりで、一度やめて、ここ 1,2 年ぐらいですかね、今回サポートしてくれる会社でそのドリフトの塾みたいなのをやってて、ここ 1,2 年ぐらいその塾の先生として通ってて、でそれにその D1 の日々の選手とかが先生に来たりとかしてたんですけど、その塾の生徒さんたちがみんな何人ぐらいですかね、30人40人ぐらいいろいろカンパしてくれて、結構な金額集まって、最初は、自分一人が、またそういう大会に出たいとか、そんな気持ちだったんですけど、実際出たいなという話になってから、結構本当周りの人、そのスクールの人とか、本当身近な周りの人間がみんな支援してくれて、だからもう今となっては自分一人楽しむというよりは周りの人のためにも、頑張りたいとは思います。
そうですね、フォーミュラ D、ずっと出たかったっていうよりは、D1 グランプリで、ある程度結果を残して、でアジアとか、USA、フォーミュラ D の USA、フォーミュラ D アジアとか挑戦も考えては視野には入れてたんですが、なんせ僕年齢的に38で、もうあと残り何年できるかどうか分かんない中で、そのチャンスがフォーミュラ D ジャパンが開催されるってことで、そのチャンスができたかなと。で世界中からエントリーあると思うんで、そういう人たちと腕試しですね、自分がどこまでやれるのかっていうことを、やれるいい機会かなというふうですね。
そうですね、アメリカ発祥のっていうかね、アメリカではすごい人気のスポーツだし、日本は今ドリフトがちょっとずつ同じような感じがずっと続いてるんでね、僕自身も多分チームもやっぱり新しい世界へやっぱ行くためにこのフォーミュラ D をうまく利用できたらなという感じではやってますけどね。いやもう D1 とはもうやっぱ全然違いますね。雰囲気もそうだし、出走の仕方とかもやっぱ違うじゃないですか。だからイメージ的にも違うし、個人的にも本当全然違う感じはあるし、やっぱ審査も全然違うので好みがやっぱ全然違うんですね。まず普通大体ドリフト競技って1人、何人かでもそうなんですけど、全体的なイメージで点数をつけるんですけど、フォーミュラ D っていうと1人はラインだけ、1人は角度だけとか、そういう点数の付け方なので、多分偏るっていうか点数の付け方がやっぱ違うんですよね。見るところはもう多分ラインはラインとか一つだけなので、点数の付け方全然違うので、その辺をちょっとうまく 考えてやらなきゃなっていう感じですね。
車借りるにあたって、まあ絶対に勝てないけど、こんなんで良ければ、貸そうかっていう話だったんで、何かって聞いたら、まあ本当下がなくて乗りづらい、っていう話は聞いてたんで、実際まあ乗ってみたら、まあ想像してたよりも本当に下がなくて、まあ足も、まあ足なんかはね、人の好みなんであれなんですけど、まあ僕の好みじゃなかったんで、結構いろいろいじくり回しはして、その下についてはフナッツっていう有名なとこでノスつけてもらってセッティングもしたんで、結構出てきたかとは思うんですけどね。まあ本当はあとパワーがね、これ実際測ったら530なんで、本当はもう倍ぐらい欲しいんですけど、まあ、ね、なかなか実際問題難しいとは思うんですけどね。まあ、記録よりも記憶みたいな。後々ね、あんなやつ出てたっけみたいなんじゃなくて、あいつすごかったよね。まあその優勝はしなかったけどすごいよねって言われるような走りはしたいと思います。
Finishing the preliminary round, Taniguchi came to the top, scoring 87 points. Tatani could not score at all because of a missed shift during the first judge run. Yokoi became puzzled by the FD screening criterion and scored only 62 points. He wasn't able to reach the minimum for qualifying points. During second preliminary round, Yokoi managed to meet the criterion and fixed his driving to score a stable 76 points and came up to 14th place. Tatani, having a lot of pressure from no points previously, reached 12th place with 78 points. Although Taniguchi missed the last clipping point, he earned 73 points. As a result, Taniguchi and Fujio from Bold World with Lineups Racing Team tied for first place with their total scores. As a result of the judges' consultation, Fujio got first place, Taniguchi got second place, and all three were going to advance to the best 32 of the final day.
1本目の予選が前の方だったんで、まだみんなのそのデータ取りができなかったんで、やっとさっき走りを見て、審査員の好みとかがやっぱ分かるようになってきたんで、まあ、次の2本目の予選とかは結構まあその辺を調整して走ろうとは思いますけど、もう審査の目がやっぱ違いますよね、まずね。
単走、路面コンディションは、ウェットコンディションからドライに変わりそうなところで自分の順番が回ってきて、練習走行ではもう完全にウェットコンディションでしか走ってなかったんですけど、早く自分の番が来てくれないかなと。路面が濡れてる間にどうしても走りたかったんで、そればかり願って、で、走り出してみたら思いのほかグリップがあった、自分の思ってたラインとは違う方を描き出して、それを修正してる間にすごいベストなラインが出ちゃって、本当に出ちゃった感ですね。
斉藤大吾、まあ、僕らでは世界の大吾って呼んでますけど、まあ、彼ともともとちょこちょこ仲良くて、今回このフォーミュラ D 参戦するにあたって、まあ、あいつからいろんな話を聞いて、まあそんな時というか、もともと聞いてはいましたけど、世界にはいろんなあいつよりも上手いドライバー、あいつの車よりもすごい車、そういうのがいっぱいいるっていうのを聞いてたんで、チャンスさえあれば、世界の舞台でそういう車、そういう人たちと戦いたいですね。
今の車のスペックがあまりにも低いので、もっと例えば大悟斎藤とかその辺と比べても謙遜ないぐらいの車をとにかく作りたいんですね。そして彼らに対して俺はこんだけできるぞっていうアピールをしていきたいですね。
もちろんやっぱりこれから海外に僕も走りに行きたいし、海外からね、もう本当海外に行っても誰もが知ってる状態で行くのが理想なんですけど、本当にこういうねちょっとした機会を大事にして、もうその一つのちっちゃいチャンスをものにし、ここから海外に行けたらなとはずっとは思ってるんですよ。前々からやっぱ海外をずっと見てるので、ずっとそこに行ってやっぱいつかはねお金をもらって走れるぐらいのやっぱり夢を抱いてるんで、やっぱその夢に向かってもうちょっとしたチャンスでもねものにできたらなとは思いますけどね。
Formula Drift Japan Final. Taniguchi's failure to shift caused him to spin out. Totani got the advantage in the first run, but he drove too close to the lead car in the second run and was defeated in the best 32. Yokoi kept winning to the final, however, he lost by an hour margin. All drivers, however, have already started for their next battle, and for their future they hope to see. They are the dreamers, who are in pursuit of their dreams.
Everybody, thank you for your patience here. As ideally, we would have gone right into qualifying here, as we are now set back quite a few minutes behind. But with that delay, I believe it's caused the track to dry out, so we might see some drier conditions. So what originally turned into a delay could turn into a blessing here for the track conditions and for qualifying for these drivers. So we're going into it. This is officially, if you're again joining us here for the 6th round of 7 of the Formula Drift Championship. We are going into our first run of qualifying here for our drivers. So about 50 drivers, whittling it down to 32. We have our top 16 of Pro 2 later on this evening or just after this. So thank you for joining us. This is Jared Deanna, be your tour guide for today's festivities and this weekend's festivities, and have been for now 10 plus years. So driver 92 looks like Toshiki Yoshioka. So apologize for the wind noise here, but obviously with that with the wind noise going to the microphone, it obviously tells you and is a testament to how windy it is. So Toshiki Yoshioka, up garage. Apex SC430, we are ready to send it here for officially our first turn and burn here. Texas Motor Speedway. This is Formula Drift presented by GoPro. GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. We'll tell you on how you can win a GoPro yourself. There are details throughout the weekend. Also, you can win a Ford Fiesta. We'll give you those details as well. Here we go, Yoshioka. Now there's that front clip as they navigate into the first rear clipping zone. So Yoshioka rotates, and that is him coming to a halt. So Mr. Yoshioka finishing out the rest of the course. Unfortunately, regardless of what he does after that, that is a 0 for Yoshioka in the up garage Apex Toyota Soarer. So again, thank you for joining us. Also, want to real quickly here, some local announcements. Christoph Eichelman, you left your credit card at the box office. Please head back to the box office. Again, Christian Eichelman, you left your credit card at the box office. Please return and pick it up. So there it is officially. Toshiki Yoshioka with goose eggs across the board. Here comes Juha, coming to us from Finland. Juha running the 2JZ. A contender in his native Scando country. Look at this, nice job throwing it in. He competes also in the Pro 2 as Juha fills that rear clipping zone, navigating into that front clipping point. Nice job, really fast through the course is Juha. Nice job there by Juha. Now again, speed no longer a judge criteria, but just obviously makes it exciting. No longer judge, but you want to bring it fast, but style 50% overall of the score. Again, you could see big Haas there, but see just how big it is by comparison to even the accommodations, the on-site hotel. So the fans really getting a good scope. I mean, this is the best big screen we've had in all of Formula Drift history, so it's a great tool for not only the spotters but also the fans. Again, get your tickets now for the final round of Irwindale, or at Irwindale I should say, the second weekend of October, that being October 10th and 11th, Irwindale, California. As you know, it sells out every year. So Ron Eworth is coming up next. Ron Eworth, who's doing double duty as well. He's in that Vision FRS coming to us from Atlanta. Ron competed years ago in Drift Emporium, if you can recall, the supercharged VK56 Drift Emporium G37, or G35 back in the day, I believe. So Juha there with a score of 66. 66 there for Juha on that Achilles Radial Gold 2JZ S14. All right, here's car number 27, Ron Eworth. Let's see another supercharger sticking under the hood of this thing. Let's see, he had a tussle into the wall yesterday. Buddy Club Vision FRS. Looking ripping through the course right now. Oh, scrubbed a lot of speed, a big correction there. Going into that rear clipping zone. A little hesitant there, and you know, you can't blame him after yesterday's incident. Right there as he approached that rear clipping zone, that's where he actually got off of course or straightened out and then eventually hit the wall. So I'm happy to see him back here on course, but you know, he took it hard into the wall in that front right corner. All right, here we go with our next driver. Mike Pollard, thank you very much. Neo Motorsports Achilles S14. Way off of that rear clipping zone, touching the dirt. That will be a deduction there. Looking fast, but very volatile in his initiation there is Mike Pollard. So Mike Pollard, you saw him way off of that rear clipping zone. Now the judges, you know, you could see here in the progression of the sport, they're really not trying to scrutinize qualifying. It's more of a knee jerk, again, with the style being 50% of the overall score, breaking it down again. 30 points available from the style judge, 25 from the line judge, 25 from the angle judge, but both the line and the angle judge get an additional 10 points accredited towards style. Scores are up, and there's a 41 for Mike Pollard. A 41 for Mike Pollard. All right, here is our next driver, and this is the Mr. Wolfson. This is Jeff Wolfson. We have two Wolfsons competing, as Wolfson now tight to that front clip. Forwent the rear clipping zone in front of the judges, so real standout there for the judges, as right in front of the judges stand, it really stands out. So the wind really kicking up here, having to accommodate the microphone so it doesn't get the brunt of the voice. If I stand straight into the wind, it'll definitely create a lot of wind noise here. But regardless of the wind, it's nice to see some dry conditions. Going to see a lot more smoke, going to see higher speeds. It's obviously going to make it more exciting for the fans in person and here on the Drift Stream. Tell your friends you're watching live. This is Jared Deanda for the 6th round of the Formula Drift Championship. We're going live tomorrow as well. There's Jeff Wolfson's score of 54, a 54 for Jeff Wolfson. All right, car 111. Taking a look who it is, and it's Chris Jenneret coming to us from the Northwest. Great to see Chris Jenneret back out here, that Vibrant Performance Falcon tires. Honda S2000, looking loose here, looking settled, nice job. Said it's best car he's ever driven on Instagram. Let's see if Jenneret can put it down. Looking a lot more comfortable than we saw him in Miami. Nice job, Jenneret, full pull for him in his Vibrant Performance S2000. Very floaty setup here. You can see that thing floating across the track. Scores are up there for Jenneret, a 38. A 38 there for Chris Jenneret. A pretty low score there for Jenneret, so judges not really liking what he threw down there, living that turbo life. All right, here comes James Evans, wavering on initiation. So some hesitancy from James Evans. And from that front wheel, you can see the front wheel really having some corrections. Wide swing there, not setting him up for that front clip. So a no-holds-barred entry, but some hesitancy and twitchiness from the front wheels of Mr. Evans from Maryland. All right, so calm and casual Friday here. Jeans and polo type of day. Thanks for tuning in from Norway. Seen some friends. Scores are up. Thank you, Ryan Sage. James Evans will score 48-48 for James Evans in that Sicky 350Z. Two-car team this weekend. Dan Savage also. Now here comes the other Wolfson, Tyler Wolfson. Now Tyler Wolfson is GT Radial FDRX7. Wolfson, if you can recall, all the way back to New Jersey, took it hard into the wall, and that car was written off here. So his Hawk brake pads on the front. Ooh, and you saw him lock it up here. That's not the way the judges are really going to want to see it. You saw him almost just really lock up and utilize all those Hawk brake pads. They definitely got him to a halt quick, but with the big stopping, you could see the car actually, you know, shimmy into that rear clipping zone. Tyler Wolfson at 34, so a lot of these guys having issues coming in and really navigating, you know, an initiation for one, but also the rear clipping zone in front of the judges going to that front clipping point. Here comes Miro Ovcharik, Falcon Tires MT Fabrication, LS powered S13, Miro Ovcharik. Yeah, using the course, nice job by Miro. Stands back on the throttle. Now you can see that the finish line is notated by that yellow line. There's also that rear clipping zone out there, so the judges want to see them drift completely through into the rear clipping zone, navigating that properly, but also drifting through the finish line. So makes it fairly easy on the drivers as far as, you know, sometimes they'll counter and kind of slap, you know, get a tank slapper going there. So it should be easier for the drivers to drift completely through the finish line. So Miro Ovcharik, full pull for him. We'll see how he fares. I want to thank you, the fans, for joining us here at Round 6 online and in person, but also want to thank our sponsors who make this event possible. Formula Drift presented by GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. The United States Air Force, the official military sponsor of Formula Drift, as Miro Ovcharik grabs a 63 and second in qualifying so far. Ford, go further. Hankook Tires, be one with it. Hankook Tires, Nitto Tires, fueled by enthusiasts. Falcon Tires, we get you going. And Achilles Radial, tires you can trust. Brandon Wicknick from Layton, Utah. Oh, and that is shutting her down there. Run 2JZ, as the 2JZ seems to not be running as strong as you thought. So unfortunately for Mr. Wicknick, driftmotion.com, Chase Bays, S13, shutting her down. Looking more road race than drift right now, unfortunately for Wicknick. He will, well, fortunately, he'll have another pass. Unfortunately, his first one not too great. All right. Here we go. Rob Primo, Garage Auto Hero, tallest guy in drifting. Track attack turbo by Garrett. Did great in practice. Oh, correction by Primo. Man, when push comes to shove, Primo does so good in practice, but then when push comes to shove, just seeming to have some issues here. So Rob Primo from the Pacific Northwest. Way off of that last front clip, which is a real standout point for, you know, it was a point of contention for the drivers and for the judges to really agree on what looked the best. But there's so many ways to really approach this as far as style and, you know, all those elements, impact, fluidity, and commitment. So you really want to make it fluid. You want to make it as smooth as possible. That was the real, you know, reoccurring theme of what the judges were standing for. Have it be smooth. So if you're going to get to that outside clipping zone, don't compromise the angle. Have it be smooth, but get it close, make it look good, make it look strong. Rob Primo, 51. A 51 for Rob Primozic. Hashtag Turbo Life, which Turbo by Garrett putting up some dollars and a title. That is the Turbo Cup. So every vehicle running a Turbo by Garrett is in contention. Who's going to get it? Love this guy, Will Parsons, right here in Texas, number 48, nonstop tuning S2000 Turbo, Toyota Corolla. Hey, it's Will Parsons. If you know Will, that's kind of how he sounds. Trying to get to that outside clipping. Oh, real quick touch and go. Fluid and fun through the course. Is he getting the car to all the clips? Not exactly, but just having some fun. This is his hometown state, as well as a few other drivers. Conrad Grunwald, this is his hometown. Hankook Tires, BRE. Chevrolet Camaro, as well as Little Tex, Nate Hamilton doing double duty. He's up in the mix. Michael Svensson watching from Sweden. All right, Will Parsons with a 52. Will Parsons with a 52. All right, here we go with our next driver coming down. Looks like Eric Hill. Eric Hill. LS S13. Whoa. Really misses that outside clip. Consistent throttle control through the entirety of the remainder part of the course, but did not make it to that outside clipping zone on initiation as he navigated through the chicane. So let's see how Mr. Hill does here when it comes to the score. All right, here's Eric Hill's score of 58. A 58 for Eric Hill. So the judges liking that consistent throttle control. And just think if he got that outside clipping zone, definitely would have scored higher. Dan Brockett coming to us from New Mexico, braking bad. We'll see if he can brake good here. The camo colored S13. Looks like he blends into with all those, he is literally camouflaged with all the media vests there. A slow crawl through the course right now. Oh, really locking up the back wheels there. Twitchy through the course. So not the smoothest line through the course, but navigated the car to the clipping points. Wada-san in the house. How we doing? Dan Brockett, a 36, so a lackluster score there. Currently 10th. Dan Brockett with a score of 36. Continue on here with qualifying. Again, this is the first run. Every driver will have another opportunity. A little windy here. Again, as a Formula Drift veteran, Taka Ayano, Megan Racing Hankook Tires, Toyota Corolla. Coming to the rear clipping zone. Twitchy coming to the rear clipping zone. Does not make it all the way out there. Lacking the angle on the second rear clipping zone. Tightens it up to the front clip. Now brings it through the sweeper. Taka Ayano, the Hankook Tires, Megan Racing, Toyota Corolla. Thank you for joining us, Andy Lapuka, coming all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. As Taka Ayano waits, again, not only is a Formula Drift veteran, but been competing in a Toyota Corolla since day one. From 2004, this gentleman has seen different rubber manufacturers underneath his vehicle across the years, and there he is with a 52 of 52 for Taka Ayano. Megan Racing, Turbo by Garrett, a few different sponsors on his vehicle. Now that's one of the drivers that I said this is his home state. This is Little Tex, Nate Hamilton, car number 144. JL, stay sideways, right? As he continues on for one of his friends that he lost years ago, Jorge. As Little Tex Nate Hamilton, we saw him in Pro 2. Whoa, and lacking that angle on the approach. Missed that outside clip, bogging down here. So some hesitancy could really knock him down quite a few notches here. So Nate Hamilton. Wow, so a big correction there on that second rear clipping zone, I believe, was going to be causing him a result of a 0. Let's get the official verdict here from the judges, and yes, there it is. So Nate Hamilton with that big correction right here, I believe it was, yes, and I'm getting confirmation from the judges. So a big correction going to that second rear clipping zone. You know, we've seen Nate Hamilton drive this course before in previous and other sanctioning bodies, but here he is. We saw him in Pro 2. We'll see him in Pro 2 competition later on. But with Nate Hamilton, you know, these judges have seen him, so you don't want to say that they're judging him against themselves, but he can put down a better run. So big expectations for Little Tex, Nate Hamilton. Another driver doing Pro 2 duty, Dan Savage. And the Sickie LS-powered RX-8. Because he's a Rocket Dan. Comes Rocket Dan Savage. Achilles, Sickie, RX-8. Like the angle, oh, whoa, wait. Exploding the wing canards. Dan Savage standing on it. Dragging back, bumper dragging his wing. His other wing canard is right here in front of the judges' stand, so almost losing the other one there. Remember, the Rev'd Award is up for grabs. Rev'd, new nutrition bar. You can vote, $2,000. And the Basecamp X Axe Trophy is up for grabs. You vote, the drivers vote, and then actually I get the final verdict, to be quite honest. But it's up for grabs. It will be announced at the final round at Irwindale, California. You can't win if you don't prepare, and a career in the United States Air Force prepares you to succeed in life. Find out what the Air Force can offer you at the Air Force table located in the vendor village. From saving lives to launching rockets. Real quick, Dan Savage with a score of 63. Currently second, Dan Savage with a 63. From saving lives to launching rockets, the Air Force offers career opportunities for just about everyone. What will your adventure be? Experience more at airforce.com. Who's this? Danny George. Who's Danny George? Here's Danny George. Comes Danny George from Las Vegas, Nevada. One time featured on Deadliest Catch, the crab catching show. Him and his father. Crab catching business. Danny George at LS Power Miata. Nice, working the whole course. Could have the best run so far right now as Danny George. Whoa, big correction there as he tried to navigate the vehicle close to that front clip. Danny George STR Racing wheels, LS powered Mazda Miata. Danny George, a score of 59. A 59 currently slides him into 4th. That's Danny George, score of 59. Car number 959, Mr. Kaufman, Matt Kaufman here. This car is built for battle. Car number 959 from the Northwest. Southern Oregon is where he's exactly from. Number 1 qualifier in Pro 2. Can he jump up there? Doesn't work his way all the way in front of the judges. Nice on that front clip. And Kaufman rotates. He tried to go to that front clip. This big horsepower S13, Mr. Kaufman, again, a number 1 qualifier in Pro 2. So he's going to get some head-to-head battle experience. As unfortunately for Matt Kaufman, that's a 0 on his first run. All right, here we go. This is Carl Osaki. Mr. Wasabi, we'll see if he can spice up the competition. DNA Automotive, Yokohama Tires, S14. Yeah, Osaki dancing with the dirt. See if he can tighten it up. Nice job, I like it. Hitting that rev limiter, don't like that, but I like the car control. A great run there by Osaki in the latter portion of the course. Owada-san in the building, operator of Formula Drift Japan, MSC, always a great host. Going back to Japan here. What's the course track again? Okayama. That's going down in December, so another round of Formula Drift Japan in Okayama. So stay tuned. Go to formuladjapan.com. 13th and 14th of December. Go to formuladj.com, look at the international page, and you'll see Okayama for the second round of the Formula Drift Japan. Carl Osaki jumps into first spot with a 67. Like I said, like the run that Osaki put down. Dance with the dirt on the rear clipping zone. That's a real exciting point for the judges right here. Ryan the Kid Cotto. Here comes Ryan Cotto doing double duty, DNA Automotive. Yokohama Tires, 350Z, V8 power. See a little bounce of the front tire. Running some of those Holly parts. So Ryan the Kid Cotto not making it completely out to the outer clipping zone. But Ryan the Kid Cotto, again, running some of those Holly parts. Had a great weekend last weekend if you didn't see it. LS Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky, celebrating 5 years of LS Fest. Nate Hamilton actually won that event. Saw a few drivers out there. Dan Savage was out there, among a few others. So really cool event. If you can make it next year, I definitely encourage it. LS Fest. Next weekend, Street Life Tour, another round of the U.S. Drift sanctioning body at Xenia Killcare Speedway. Another round of the U.S. Drift Championship. Chris Forsberg, one of the judges out there. Ryan Cotto jumps into first, so man, kind of surprised by that. I liked his fluidity, but I don't think he got totally out to the outside clipping zone. So a big score there for Cotto. So the fluidity, in my mind, is what really stood out. So a 71 for Cotto. So as we slowly work our way towards the top, I talk about that as far as point standings. The Canadian's a little cold now. Our Canadian judge is announcing that he says somebody needs to turn up the heat. Call it like I hear him. Andrew Bohan, how we doing, buddy? Get my hair in my face for a life laughter shot. All right, so thank you for your patience. When we come back, we'll continue with our first runs here at round 6 of 7 of the Formula Drift Championship. This is Jared Deanna. When we come back, we'll continue the action here at Texas Motor Speedway.
I need 50 on pump 3.
Hey, boss. He's back.
Not again. Get the sign. Eco Boost Engine. Freebie for Mr. Ford Fiesta.
The 2014 Ford Fiesta, with available 1-liter EcoBoost engine, has an EPA estimated rating of 45 highway miles per gallon. Less stops, more squeegee.
Hate that guy.
All right, well, how we doing? Again, continuation here at Texas Motor Speed. And remember, you can tune in and watch every round of Formula Drift competition on NBC Sports Network. And also tell your friends, hashtag FDTX. Let's blow up the internet. Hashtag all your photos. If you're watching at home, or if you're watching here in the grandstand throughout the weekend, hashtag FDTX and Formula D. Tag us at Formula D. As you can see the ticker there, Miro Optrick 5th, Danny George 6th, as Jeff Jones, the turbocharged CX Racing LS S14 from Los Angeles, California. Eric Hill sitting 7th, Jeff Wolfson in 8th. Here comes Jeff Jones, also doing the Pro 2 and Pro Championship. Yeah, getting that outside zone like the relentless one. Jeff Jones, oh, scrubbing some speed, but he gets it out to that point. Not too shabby there from Jones. Like what he's doing there. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. Okay. So we await Jeff Jones' score. Again, purchase your tickets now for the final round, October 10th and 11th. All right, there's a score 61 for Jeff Jones, currently 6th. So I was definitely impressed by his run, but judges still finding some flaws there. All right, Alec Honordale, 19 years old from Florida in Juku Racing. V8 S14. Alec massaging his car into that front clip on Achilles radials. Getting some more knowledge about Alec and his family and his racing background. Actually raced jet skis and I believe was 6-time champion jet ski champion. So you know, grew up racing motorcycles from 4 years old and advanced onto jet skis, a little less impact, and then found out about drifting a couple of years ago, loved it, and you know, family that races together, stays together. So definitely kudos to him and his team, aka family. As Alec Hollendale gets 63 and slides into 4th. So 63 for Alec in Juku Racing S14. June Mang on Maxxis tires. Lucas Oil S13, also running that high stack Holly intake manifold sticking out of the hood. Map TV, there we go. Rhino Bill. Getting to that outside clipping zone. Nice job. Works it to the front clip and all the way out to the outside clip. Good showing there by June Gentle Mang. So June, most notably round 1, took it hard into the wall. I don't think a single panel was salvaged from that tussle with the wall. Team Rowdy, how we doing? This is why we can't have nice wangs. Thanks for tuning in. Remember hashtag FDTX. I'm taking a look at the Instagram feed, so you can tag myself at Jared Dienda, hashtag FDTX. See what's going on here. Looks like the Sideways is tuned in as June Mang currently 2nd with a score of 70. So again, you can tag myself at Jared Dienda, hashtag FDTX, and at Formula D. Yeah, tag me in the photo actually versus just at Jared Dienda. Here comes Carl. Carl Ridequist. We'll keep it at that as a sans that wing. Whoa, way wide swing off of that front clip. I mean, mind you, as far as line go, that didn't sound healthy. Sounded like he had a bag of rocks there under the hood. DJ Durf on the 1s and 2s. Give me a little beats there. Feeling a little ambiance. My fists were all bloody. Bushwick Bill's my homeboy. All right, as we were waiting for our last driver's score, that being Carl Ridequist, and 52. 52 for Carl Ridequist, currently 13th. You can hear there Doug yelling in the background, sending car. This looks like Mats Berebo, Toyota Mark II, gold in the net. So Mats Berebo, Formula Drift Rookie of the Year from last year. Here we go, Run BC's running the Brian Crowder internals. Oh, that big body missing the outside clip. Actually, his back bumper hitting that outside clip. Oh, and a big correction there by Mats. So Matt's bumper actually took out that rear clipping zone. So unfortunately, you know, for him, I think it just threw him off a little bit, but missing that back bumper, navigating the course. Let's see how Matt's fares overall. Team Drift Tribe Jordan, thank you for tuning in. Again, the Sideways, thank you for tuning in as well and watching the Drift stream. Tell your friends to tune in. Andy Sykes 20 on Instagram. All right, so Kane Abel, thanks for tuning in. Or you're actually here in person, Kane Abel. Mats Betterbo currently 11th with a score of 56. A score of 56 for Mats Betterbo in the Gold in the Net. Gold in the Net is actually family's business, a hockey goalie school. Watching from the UK right now. All right, car number 23, Dennis Mertzanis. The LS-powered Hyundai like Sunday Genesis Coupe, Arc Performance. Ripping into that rear clipping zone, Dennis Mertzanis, DMZ. Oh, buddy, that was pretty hairy there. He hung it out for quite a while in that first rear clipping zone. Man, Dennis almost, you know, that's what we saw yesterday from Eworth, where he hung it out there. It gripped up, and that's where he hit the wall, Eworth, yesterday. Unfortunately for him, or, you know, fortunately that happened, but fortunately for him, got it back together. K. Wolf, Z. Robertson, thanks for tagging FDTX. That's pretty rad. K. Wolf is working on his car and watching the drift stream at home. So aspirations of competing in Formula Drift, maybe Pro 2 or Pro, put in the work. Dennis Mertzanis currently 18th with a score of 44. So Dennis Mertzanis, Arc, Kenda Tires, Hyundai Genesis Coupe. All right, our next vehicle. Mark Landerville, standard suspension, LS-powered S14. Where is this other vehicle we've been talking about? He has a 2JZ vehicle that has been threatening, but have yet to see it. So Landerville has been talking about this other vehicle. You know, we were at the first ever Formula Drift Canada a few weeks ago, and he said it was just down the street, but come on, man, you talked about it, be about it. I've heard all about this vehicle, high horsepower 2JZ, but have yet to see it. And there's Mark Landerville's score of 65, puts him currently into 5th qualifying position. All right, car number 96. This is Tony Angelo, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Hurricane, that is Tony Angelo. Hoonigan Hankook Tires, Scion Racing FRS. Some wavering going to that rear clipping zone. I know he was having some suspension issues. Car's got plenty of power. He's feeling in the zone. Just some small suspension issues that, as you know, one thing could just throw you off. But Tony Angelo going hard into the paint. It's Tony Angelo, again from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right, so double straightening from Tony Angelo warrants a 0, so that is a goose egg for Tony Angelo. 8-bit Miata, how we doing? Looks like Brett Thomas, 1985. How we doing? Thanks for lots of fun out there. NOLA 86, here we go. Daigo Saito, former Formula Drift champion, not in contention for the championship this year, but look at this. Nice. Eyes on the prize in the Achilles Radial Bridges Racing. SC430, 83 miles per hour in transition. So Daigo Saito could be our current qualifying leader. We'll see. I mean, a quick knee-jerk reaction, I'd have to think he's at the top of the leaderboard. That right there is, you can see Big Haas, and then that just to the left on the screen is that rear clipping zone, and to the right is that front clip. So some changes to the track from last year to this year. That sweeping turn, now there's a front clip, and there it is. Daigo Saito jumps to the top, currently first with a score of 83, turbo by Garrett Turbo Life. Noyola 86 working on the car, getting it done. Super Ick 21, here we go with Jeff Stoneback, another driver from Pennsylvania along with Tony. Hometown track, E-Town. Nice job by Stoneback. Woo. Liking it. Jeff Stone Cold Stoneback. Jeff 316, believe. We believe. A killer on the track, one to watch for Rookie of the Year, hashtag ROTY, Rookie of the Year. LS powered S14. As we're nearing and getting to the top. '69, thank you very much. A '69, dude. As we see our next driver. What looks like Daijiro Yoshihara a few years ago, we joke, is Pat Gooden. Pat Gooden coming to us from Florida, twin turbo V8. Coming to us from Florida and Juku Racing. Pat Gooden cheering him on from Florida. And Grandma giving some mom vibes out there. Passionate Pat, the king of spring break. Doing it for Dale. Trying to make Dale proud. Dale Jr. Freedom isn't free, nor is a podium. Got to get up there. Do it for Dale, Pat. All right, waiting for score from Pat Gooden. 77 jumps up to second. Stuart Leask, how we doing? Thanks for joining us. As here comes Dominican Republic's own Jonathan Castro. The Metaldon Progresso 370Z. Running that V13. Tightens it up to that front clip with a bit of shoehorning into that front clip. Fast through the course, similar setup to that Forsberg vehicle that is sitting atop the leaderboard as it's operated by MA Motorsports and Chris Forsberg Racing. As Jonathan Castro from Dominican Republic throws down his first qualifying run and awaits a score. Jonathan Castro, a 70, currently in 4th qualifying position. All right, car number 9. This is Dai Yoshihara, 2011 Formula Drift champion, the Falcon Tires Subaru BRZ. Dai Yoshihara coming into rear clipping zone. Doesn't get it all the way out there. Dances with the dirt, locks up that rear wheel. The turbocharged LS of Dai Yoshihara navigates the course and puts it down. Again, Dai Yoshihara campaigned an S chassis for many years. As Dai Yoshihara waits his score on his first run. Dai Yoshihara with a score of 73 puts him into 3rd position as we slap at the base. Big time. Big time. Dai Yoshihara currently 3rd. Next driver on deck looks like Kyle the Menace Mohan from Long Beach, California. Energy X, GT Radio, Mazda Trix, RX-8. See how the rebuild did for him in the, I have to say, a considerably long break in between Seattle and this round. He did a full engine rebuild. Nice job on the front clip. Brings it on home, past the finish line. As he lights up those GT radials, there is Kyle the Menace Mohan. And there's Kyle Mohan with his 60, currently 15th. All right, here is our next driver, Chelsea Denofa. Say howdy, get rowdy. BC Racing Nitto tires. Oh, and the BMW shut her down. So, Chelsea Denofa, he's had success here in other sanctioning bodies. One-time resident of Texas, now back in Florida. All right, so that will be a 0 for Denofa. Here comes Charles Ng, maximum attack, Achilles radial, supercharged G37. Yeah, oh, Ng goes off course, transitions. Man, living up to what's on his door. Nice job there by Ng. Obviously going off course, but like the aggression. SPL Parts. How we doing? Sending a shout out from SPL Parts. And here's an instant replay of Charles Ng's run. That's definitely one tire off going off course. Brian Young, 8-bit Miata tuning in. right, so waiting for the score here from Charles Ng, or for Charles Ng. 59. So going off course there definitely throws off his score. So currently 17th of 59 for Charles Ng. Matt Field blending in with those bright neon cones. Here comes Matt Field from San Jose, California. Black Tracks, CX Racing, Nitto Tire, S14.5, Vortex Supercharged LS. Not the smoothest we've seen from Matt Field. So Matt Field a bit glitchy there. Didn't fully buffer on that load. So Matt Field makes his way back to the back of the line. So not a great run there from Field. Benny 46 Drifter. Thanks for tuning in. And Matt Field, 58, currently 18th. Matt Field, currently 18th, with a score of 58. The DP photo asking for a heater down on the ground, and Mustang Berg. The Roots Collection tuning in. And Tyler McCory is on the line. Ike Contreras tuning in to us from Ontario, California, not Canada. Here we go. Tyler McCory is on the line in the Mobil 1 GoPro Chevrolet Camaro. On hand-cooked tires, of course. Oh, working to the outside clip. See if he can get that wall-to-wall. Tightens it up to the front. Nice job by the Danville, California resident. That is Tyler the Rock McCory. Trying to get that wall-to-wall in that rear clipping zone. Just a bit shy on the first one. Again, the standout statement in the driver's meeting was smoothness. Just keep it smooth. Don't keep it chunky. Talking peanut butter, right? I want smooth peanut butter. I want some peanut butter. So we're waiting for the score from Tyler the Rock McCory. 80. Tyler McCory slides in a second with a score of 8-0. So a good score out of the gate for Tyler the Rock McCory. Car number 2-1, Formula Drift veteran Ken Gucci. Scion Racing, Gretty Racing. Scion FRS on hand-cooked tires. The Goosh. Nice job by the Goosh. Running that 2JZ setup as opposed to previous years. Nice, solid. It's me, Bush, with some rad stippling drawing while watching the action. Whew, the wind really kicking up here. Can hear it kind of facing away from it, but forecast coming to this weekend. We saw some rain, and then ideally seeing tomorrow's conditions dry and sunny. Ken Gucci, an 82 for the Goosh. So currently second, knocks Tyler McCory down to third, but good run there for the Goosh. Here's another Scion FRS, this one piloted by Ryan Turk, also 2JZ setup. Retax Lifestyle Backpacks, SuperTech, Maxxis Tires, part of the Network A show that is Turked. If you haven't seen it, Turk season 3, is it, Andy? You're going to text me now. Coming out soon on Network A. Tune in to Network A on YouTube. Here we go. Ryan Turk for his first run. He's flying the United States Air Force wings on the hood. Let's see if he can go Air Force high. Doesn't get all the way to the outside clipping zone. Bit of a slower transition into the second rear clipping zone. Tight on the front clip. Stays on throttle, those bright 1552 wheels. 79.4 miles per hour on transition. He's running the BC, the Brian Crowder internals. As we wait for Ryan Turk's score. Scores up for Ryan Turk, a 67. A 67 for Ryan Turk puts him into 10th. Our reigning Formula Drift champion not in contention for back-to-back is Michael Essa in the Essa Autosports Yokohama Tire, Newegg Automotive, BMW E46. Wow, look at the angle from Essa. Woo! Essa. Wide off of that front clip, but liked it. Man, just hung it out there for quite some time. Make some noise for Michael Essa. Real impactful driving there from Essa on that first rear clipping zone. Let it hang out to dry as he transitioned into the second one. He was, could have been closer, but just definitely liked the commitment from Michael Essa. John Jimison, how we doing? DJ Thornton tuning in. DJ Thornton, a good showing last weekend at LS Fest. Ken Gucci is sushi. John Jimison, thanks. Gromit 323 tuning in. Mike Essa with an 81, currently third. So a good showing there by Michael Essa. An 81, currently third. All right, he's got the Lone Star flag on his roof. Here comes the Hankook BRE Motorsports Megan Racing Chevrolet Camaro Conrad Grunwald. Conrad Grunwald wants to do good in his home state. Brand new father. Compromise some angle there to get that proximity to that front clip. Definitely saw a head shake from the judges, not liking exactly what Conrad did there. It seems like he threw it out and then kind of corrected to nose into that front clip. So not as smooth as I think the judges would like. But again, Conrad Grunwald, this is his home state, now living in Northern California, but wants to do good in his home state. How we doing? Tex Blackwell, BRE Motorsports, builder of the engines. They're out of Charlotte, North Carolina. As Conrad Grunwald receives a 74, so I have to imagine that'd be a little bit better score if he was more fluid off that rear clipping zone into the front clip, but currently 6th is Conrad Grunwald, not a lackluster score there, 74. somebody who was making a lot of noise yesterday and definitely impressing not only the judges but the fans is Forrest Wang, car number 808, the 2JZ powered S14. Operates his own shop, Get Nuts Laboratory, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Originally from Hawaii. This is Forrest Wang. All right, here we go. Comes Forrest Wang, rear clipping zone, past that front clip. Can he get out to that rear clip? Almost, just a bit outside. Keeps it fluid. Nice fluid approach there on that front clip. Didn't get all the way out to those rear clipping zones. Left some room for proximity there, but like the fluidity of it. Definitely known as one of the stylish drivers, and over the years has progressively thrown more HP, horsepower that is at his setup. As a, you know, I've even personally scrutinized, just, you know, definitely an exciting driver to watch, but lacking the speed. But got to say, this year he stepped it up tremendously. Forrest Wang jumps into first with an 86. Forrest Wang with an 86 jumps into first place. Man, Forrest Wang throwing it down. Here we go. This looks like it is Robbie Nishida. You can see the Achilles eye on the hood. Robbie Nishida getting to the outside clip. And nice, right in the rumble strip. Another correction there, similar to Conrad Grunwald. Now, I mean, when these cars are countered and you're seeing them go towards that front clip, you'll see that front tire waver. So, you know, that's definitely a point of contention for the judges and the drivers and what they need to throw down. Steve the Beef Choi watching at home, expecting his baby. Steve the Beef, how we doing? Getting tranced out. A little sleeping with your mouth open. It's all good. Ryan and the whole gang wants to just let you know that don't ever fall asleep around them. Might snap a picture. Robbie Nishida, the 71, currently 10th. All right, car number 43. This is Dean Carnage Carney. Oracle Lighting, Achilles Radial Dodge Viper. Dean Carney, as I said, up in the top 10 drivers. Look at the angle. Great job there by Dean, working the wall to wall. Dean on the clips, liking what we're seeing from Dean Carnage Carney. Getting his first podium at the last round of competition. A good showing there from Dean Carnage Carney. Hitting some higher tiered vibes there, as Ryan Sage would say. Steve the Beef Choi. Send it, Jenny. Let's get this baby out. Dean Carney jumps into first with a score of 87. A score of 87. All right, car number 13. This is GTP, Justin Pollock. Falcon Tires, Ford Mustang. So GTP, whoa, look at the angle from GTP. A big correction, goes off course, spins out. So Justin Pollock almost goes into the wall, and surprisingly Justin Pollock, who is in top 10 standings, goes off course. Very surprising from Justin Pollock. That Falcon Tires Ford Mustang. All right, so Justin Pollock currently fourth. What? Not currently fourth. What am I talking about? Excuse me, with a 0. It said currently fourth up there. I was like, what? That's not right. So JTP a 0. Fortunately for him, he'll have another opportunity. I mean, he's not in contention for the championship, but always a contender for a podium. Odie, Adamus Bakshis, field suspension, S14. First 13th tuning in. How are you? Nice job, Odie. Get to that outside clip. 1 and 2. Nice job, locked on it. You could see those green wheels countered. Nice job there. Burning those Netto tires. There is Odie Bakshis. All right, Dragon Eel, thank you for tuning in. Bagsy, how we doing? With the Monster family out in France. Parlez-vous français? Send it. There's that smooth peanut butter. That's what I was asking for. Thank you, Ryan at Made. Results are up for Odie, an 84, and 84 for currently third in standings. All right, car number 8, D-Mac, Darren McNamara. Currently 5th in Formula Drift standings. Turbocharged V8. Get into that outside clip. 1 and 2. Hitting the rumble strips. Zeroing in on the front and put an exclamation point on it. Again, the turbocharged V8 of D-Mac, Darren McNamara. Right, as we wait for D-Mac's score, we're getting to the final 4 here in point standings. Getting into the final 4. Again, we have Chris Forsberg leading the pack. Frederick Osbo second. Vaughn Gittin Jr. in third. And here are the results. Darren McNamara with a 68, currently 16th. So I believe next up we have Kenny Moen. Kenny Moen coming to us from Norway, so 2 Norwegian drivers. It's almost like a punchline for a joke. 2 Norwegians, an Irishman, and 2 Americans walk into a bar. I don't know, it just sounds like a punchline for, or a, kind of set up for a joke. So here comes the first of the 2 Norwegian drivers in top 5. Kenny Oh So Smooth Moen, Achilles Radial 2 JZ powered S14. Kenny Moen, nice job. Very smooth, very fast. Ooh, a big hiccup there. As I talk about it, He's smooth, but then he has a botch. He really stood on the brakes. So Kenny Moen was talking him up there and threw him off. Air results for Kenny Moen, a 68, puts him into 17th. All right, here we go. This is Vaughn Gittin Jr., currently third in standings. The Monster Energy Nitto Tire Mustang RTR, coming to us from Maryland. 2010 Formula Drift champion. Dances with the dirt. Part of the Gum Out gang. So Vaughn Gittin Jr. up for grabs is you could win a Ford Fiesta. We'll give you more details throughout the weekend, but you can win a Ford Fiesta. You can Fiesta ST actually, right there. Driftwithford.com. It also comes with a tour of the Hoonigan Racing Division headquarters in Utah, a visit to Miller Motorsports Park, and drift lessons from Vaughn Gittin Jr. himself. Go to driftwithford.com. Enter to win a 2014 Fiesta ST. Driftwithford.com to enter. There's also a text and win. We'll get that information to you later. But go to driftwithford.com if you're sitting at home right now. Getting down to the final two as Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets a 65. So, wow, a pretty low score there from Vaughn Gittin Jr., currently 22nd in the top 32. But not a good showing here as Fredrik Aasbo, the Norwegian Hammer. A four-cylinder turbo in a world of, you know, you got the V8 of Vaughn Gittin Jr., you got the six-cylinder 2JZ of Kenny Moen, the twin-turbo V8 of Darren McNamara, as here comes Fredrik Aasbo. And that Hankook Tires Papadakis Racing, Scion TC. A small correction there towards the end in that rear clipping zone. Don't know if he fully got out there all the way. So as we wait for Fredrik Aasbo's score, I mean, about 80 points separate him and Chris Forsberg, first to second. Let's see where Aasbo lands. Definitely not a perfect run from Aasbo, but a good run as a 77, currently 9th. So Fredrik Aasbo leaving some points on the board and some lines on the track. 77 puts him into 9th as we get to our currently #1 in points driver. That is Chris Forsberg, car number 64. Chris Forsberg Racing, Hankook Tires, shrouded 370Z. As Chris Forsberg navigates past the GoPro Be a Hero and Air Force signs, pulls to the line. Here goes his first and the final run, one of all our drivers, and we'll go back to the bottom of the order for our second runs. Here comes Chris the Force Forsberg. Again, Chris Forsberg Racing, Hankook Tires, 370Z. Host of Garage Tours, part of the Hoonigan team. He's running Voodoo 13, his own proprietary design, the Voodoo 13 angle kit. This is an outside clipping zone as Forsberg brings it into that front clip again. Off of the second rear clipping zone and a small a small little wavering there on that quick chicane. So not as fluid as he normally is on initiation. So as we wait for Chris Forsberg's score, we have all our drivers ready to do their second run. So we'll get the score here. We'll take a quick commercial break, maybe warm up our hands here, as it's pretty frigid here. It's a cold one. It's definitely a cold one. All right, so here's Chris Forsberg's score on his first run, and he's currently 10th with a score of 77. A 77 for Chris Forsberg puts him in 10th. So when we come back, we'll see the second runs of all our Formula Drift competitors. 50 drivers whittling down to 32. Don't go anywhere as we continue with the 6th round of 7 of the Formula Drift Championship presented by GoPro here at Texas Motor Speed. When we come back, we'll see the second runs from all our drivers.
Let's be honest, the girls are there, they're holding the umbrellas, but can they hold the gear shift? Can they drive the vehicles? Can Taka Ayano teach these girls well enough, or do the girls have enough talent to actually drift themselves? We'll find out.
When I was little, I wanted to grow up and help people.
When I was young, I wanted to save lives.
I wanted to make a difference in the world.
When I was growing up, I wanted to serve my country.
My name is Captain Chauncey Tarrant, Air Force physician.
I'm Airman First Class Ashley Denton, Air Force firefighter.
I am Lieutenant Colonel Gail Crawford, Air Force JAG.
I'm Captain Cynthia Nogueras, and I'm an American Airman.
I know when I toss my car into a turn at over 100 miles per hour, it's going to hold it. If you don't have confidence in your tires, you have nothing.
X-Eddy has the most trusted clutch used by the most abusive drivers. When it comes to sliding sideways, X-Eddy Clutch has you covered. Head over to ExidyUSA.com for more information.
crank it up.
All right, welcome back here for the second run of qualifying for all our drivers. It's a blustery one. Fortunately, it's not wet. As taking a look. All right, so taking a look. Humidity's about 87%, but 64 degrees. Tomorrow is supposed to see a nice evening, about 64 degrees the remainder of the day. 50% chance to 40% chance, and then it drops off. And tomorrow, 77 degrees with a low of 63. So forecast looks awesome for tomorrow. As we see our first driver back to the line, Toshiki Yoshioka. This vehicle has seen a few different drivers over the years. And here it is, Yoshioka, up garage, Apex, SC430. For his second run. Now we saw him spin out on his first run. Let's see how he does on his second. So here we go with the second run for these drivers here at round 6 of 7 of the Formula Drift Championship, presented by GoPro. GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. Comes Toshiki Yoshioka for a second run. Spun. Coming out of this first chicane, let's see if he can manage. Keep it consistent, way off in that rear clipping zone. Tries to tighten it up to the second. Loses a bit of his canards here. Has a big correction there towards the latter part of the track, and that will be a 0. Goose egg there for Toshiki Yoshioka. And that is officially double zeros for Yoshioka. So unfortunately for him, Apex and up garage. Ripping through the course, but as far as navigating into that front clip, not as fluid as some of the other drivers we've seen. Just seen, you know, how well some of these other drivers are navigating in the course. All right, so we're waiting for Juha's score here on his second run. See if he can better his first. And here we go. A 59 slides him into 22nd. So Juha one step closer to making his first ever Formula Drift Pro competition. All right, car number 27. Car number 27, Ron Eworth. Whoa, Eworth hitting the big pothole there. Eworth going off course. So Eworth with a 0 here on his second run. And there it is with a 0 for Ron Eworth. Currently 53rd. We will not be seeing him in top 32 competition. Joining the conversation with us on Twitter at Formula D, hashtag FDTX. Kalisha P says, go on Carney. Hashtag FDTX, whoop whoop. So got the Irish contingent cheering you on. All right, car number 911 up next. This is Mike Pollard, who did not qualify for Pro 2, looking to make it into Pro competition, the Neo Motorsports S14, 2JZ powered vehicle. Mike, some wavering there on initiation. Tries to get it out there. Does on the second, like that showing. A little tighter than he was on the first run, standing on the rev limiter there. Not exactly what the judges want to see. All right, scores are up there for Mike Pollard, 55. So unfortunately for Mike Pollard, puts him into 35th. He does not make it into the 32nd. All right, so here comes Jeff Wolfson. Jeff Wolfson in this Saban Achilles tire FRS. Nice job. Wolfson gets to those outside clipping zones. There we go, Wolfson. Oh, and that's gonna be a 0 for Wolfson. Scores up for Wolfson, currently 36, so we are not gonna see him in the mix. This is Chris Generant. Oh, buddy. Hesitation on that transition. Taps that front clip, gets that nice proximity there. Oh, and a correction there towards the finish line. needs to keep it hung out there. I mean, that is an outside clipping zone all the way until that finish line. So saw some head shaking from the judges, not exactly what you're looking for. All right, results are up. So Chris Generate unfortunately does not make 32. That is a 0 for Generate. All right, here we go with our next vehicle. This is James Evans, who is definitely on when he's on. Let's see if Evans can turn it on, put it down. Evans pushing hard, some wave, aggressive transition. Whoa, man. Correction there as Evans just absolutely dipping, almost popping a wheelie there. That LS powered 350Z. Lonnie Peralta, thank you for joining us here today. Lonnie, thank you so much. Happy birthday, Lonnie. Happy birthday, buddy. Can't believe it. 55. You do not look 55 at all, man. That's so rad. I wish I had your jeans. I mean, literally, those are nice pants. James Evans, 46. Puts him into 41st, so James Evans will not be in top 32. How we doing, Drift Idiot Sam? Nice hat. Just got done gardening, huh? All right, car number 2. This is the other Wolfson of the Wolfson pack. Tyler Wolfson, car number 2, GT Radio. Got the Captain America race suit. See how he does here. As Wolfson tries to get it out there. Just a bit outside on both rear clipping zones. All right, so as Wolfson does get a full pole, how he scores, about to find out. Remember, check your local listings, watch Formula Drift if you're here in person or watching the live stream. See different angles of the show, a concentrated version of competition on NBC Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in. I believe it's Andre Kalniscu. I apologize for butchering your name, but sending a shout out to Odi Bakshis. Odi Bakshis fan tuning in. All right, results are in. Tyler Wolfson, 39. 39 for Wolfson, does not make it in the top 32. All right, here we go. This is Miro Ocherek, car number 235 from the East Coast. Way off that rear clipping zone. Dives in early on the second, which allows him to catch up nice to that front clip. But just running his own line is Miro Ocherek. Steve? All right, results are in here for Mira Ovčarek, currently 27th with a score of 60. So we have quite a few drivers to go through, and being that close, 5 spots away from 32nd, we'll see how Mira Ovčarek fares. So there's the ticker. Von Gittin Jr. 24th, Alec Honadell, 25th. Dan Savage 26th. Now we talked about Mira Ovčarek close to that bubble on 27th. Jeff Jones 28th, as Brandon Wicknick, who had a 0 on his first run, going to get up in the mix now. Coming into the second rear clipping zone, off it, but nice fluid. Oh, and just as I say that, correction. And Wicknick stands back on it. Oh man, a little frustration pedal there. And I'm thinking that it might be a 0 from the judges' end. I'm getting head nods. So unofficially a 0 when it's thrown up on the board. Makes it that much more official. Results are up. Wicknick gets a 0. So man, Wicknick all the way from Layton, Utah. Goose egg. So Wicknick, double zeros. All right, here we go. Rob Primo. Let's see if Primo can throw it down. Saw him do well in practice. Whoa, man. Keeps it off the wall. Brand new graphic wrap there by Factory 83 and the Machete crew. So, tallest guy in drifting, Rob Primo. Oh man, so Rob Primo shuts it down. That's a 0 for Rob Primo. Ryan Sheldon, how we doing? Thanks. Nice setup there, buddy. Look at that. Man, got all the posters signed. Got a Von Gittin Jr. Turk, got Matt Powers, Forsberg, V Driftstream, Ryan Shelton. Watches FDTX with a new setup. Sweet, thanks for tuning in. Will Parsons, non-stop tuning. Turbocharged S2000, Toyota Corolla. Will Parsons, a lot more linkable run there from Parsons, or actually just kind of tightening up his run. All right, before the run, he had a 52. 52 for Will Parsons. Does he better it? So 52 for Will Parsons on his first run. Can he better the non-stop tuning Toyota Corolla from right here in Texas? And he does. At 66, gets Will Parsons currently in 23rd. So that is a good place to be. I mean, that is quite a bit away from top 32. Grama 23, Chuck G84, thanks for tuning in. As here we go. This is Big Eric Hill. Nice angle from Hill. Oh, tap in the dirt. Consistent all the way through that final front clip and into the rear clipping zone. Not a bad job from Hill. So Hill had a 58 on his first run, Eric Hill, seen him compete in other sanctioned bodies. Good to see him here in Formula Drift. Nice lovable galoot. That is the LS-powered S13. As we wait for Eric Hill's score. Remember, we will be having an live streaming Pro 2 later on. West Have, thanks for tuning in. S-Vid Gummy, got a nice setup there. Eric Hill, 62, currently 29th. Currently 29th. So Svid Gummy NO tuning in. Burst 13. Drifting in monster trucks, right on. All right, sending car. Here's our next one. Psycho Jock tuning in. Thanks for watching. As here comes Dan Brockett from New Mexico. Into the outside clip. Transitions off of it. Oh, and that's a huge correction there. Will that be scoreable? And wondering if this is going to be a 0, and it is. Dan Brockett with the goose egg. All right, Taka Ayano trying to keep him warm up here. Hankook Tires, Megan Racing, Toyota Corolla. Transitions into the second rear clipping zone. Taka. Nice fluidity from Taka. Is he hitting exactly all the clipping points? No, leaving some points on the board, but like the fluidity from the Flying 86 that is Taka Ayano. Little Hachi that could, as I like to say. And a 52 from Taka, who's currently sitting 38th. Yeah, his first run is a 52. Just some clarification. As we're waiting for the score for Taka Ayano on his second run. Again, a 52. Can he better it? Results are in, and there it is, a 67. Taka Ayano, considerable jump up. 67 puts him into 20th. Little Tex, Nate Hamilton, car number 144, 360 wraps. NK Wheels in Juku Racing has 13.4. Some wavering, gets in the outside clip, and way off as he explodes that back bumper. Nate Hamilton going off course. And Nate Hamilton, and he had a 0 on his first run. We'll see what he got on his second. All right, so Nate Hamilton, a 52, does not make top 32 competition in the Pro class. We will be seeing him head-to-head in the Pro 2. Currently 40th is Nate Hamilton. So, fortunately for Nate, a 0 on his first run, and then that lackluster score, he fails to make top 32 competition. Dan Savage, LS Powered, RX-8. Sicky, RX-8 of Rocket Dan Savage. All right, Bach VW for tuning in. Thank you. There we go for Dan Savage. Angle, but does not get to the outside clip. Quick touch and go. as Dan brings it to that outside clip. As we wait for Dan Savage's score. Let's take a look at Dan Savage's instant replay here of his second run as we wait for the score. All right, so waiting for Dan Savage's second score, see where he stands as the second runs of our drivers are unfolding. Dan Savage, 64, puts him into 27th. So Dan Savage is 64, and the Sicky LS-powered RX-8 gets him into 27th. Oh, so Sicky. As Danny George here on his second run. Nice job filling the rear clipping zone, coming into the second, fills it up. About a half car length off that front clip, but like the fluidity from the run, did not compromise that angle as opposed to that first run. Looks like airing it out there. Got some bees in the cockpit. All right, we're waiting for Danny George's second score. Danny George with the 65 puts him into 27th. Easy for me to say. So 27th is where Danny George sits currently with a score of 65. This is Matt Kaufman, who got a 0 on his first run. Can he put it together? Our #1 qualifier in Pro 2. Can Kaufman throw it down here on his second run? Tries to tighten it up here. Does a good job. Would have liked him to have stayed consistent through the second rear clipping zone, but like the aggression. Let's wait for Kaufman's second score here as he's currently sitting on a 0 from his first run. Here we go. Kaufman of the 73 puts him in a lucky spot 13. So Kaufman, nice job there. Man, a big jump there for Kaufman. Good showing there. Definitely leaving some points on the board as far as you saw he got a handful of e-brake, got those black wheels. So definitely, you know, but right here in front of the judges stand, can't throw him off. Here we go. Carl Wasabi Osaki, mix that with some soy sauce. Let's do this. Let's make some raw sushi drift in here, Carl Osaki. Raw dog is Carl Osaki, DNA motoring, Yokohama tires. Exploding the front clip and his front bumper. There it is, Carl Osaki. So as we wait for Carl Osaki's score, Ryan Cotto on the line. 64 for Osaki, puts him into 23rd. So good job there for Osaki. Step closer to seeing him in top 32. And here is Ryan the Kid Cotto, DNA. Yokohama tires, 350Z. Yeah, dipping. Hard. Transitions. Grips up. Nice job there by Cotto. Like the consistent aggression from Cotto. Currently in 14th with the 71. So Ryan the Kid Cotto already sitting pretty. Can he top it? About to find out. So Ryan Cotto pulls back to the back of the line, but that'll be it. Look at that, he tops it even more. Currently 11th with a score of 75. Wow, blat blat pew pew. Not ecstatic about Danny George's score. Jeff Jones, you had a good showing. Look at that, man. Aggressive flick. Missed that front clip though. I'd like to see him closer. Quick transition, wall to wall. Minimal corrections from his front wheels like that. Turbocharged CX Racing Hankook tires, LS14. So Jeff Jones on the outside looking in. Get some direction here from Jeff. Or the 61. So so currently 33rd. It's not where you want to be. So let's see, can Jeff Jones better it? Can he get inside of that bubble and make it in the top 32? And Jeff Jones, no, 61 does not improve it. So Jeff Jones not in top 32. Unfortunate for him, man. Comes our next vehicle from Florida, 19 years old, Alec Hunnerdell. Front flip, transitioning into the first group, and way off of it is Alec. And ooh, a big correction. Alec, major understeer, and that will be a 0 for Alec. So officially 0 for Alec, but he is currently 30th based off of his first run score. So 2 spots away from that infamous bubble. Remember, 32 drivers, about 50 drivers vying for those 32 spots, so a lot of hurt feelings watching tomorrow as Jun Meng is on the start line. With Jun Meng currently in 17th with a score of 70. Here comes Jun Meng. MAV TV, Texas Tires, LS13. Not as smooth as its first run. Definitely breaking up. You could hear it sputtering, running through the gears. Jun Meng pulls it all the way through the finish line. There's Jun Meng. All right, waiting for Jun Meng's second score. 56 does not better it, so he currently still sits in 17th, a very comfortable position, seeing where we are in our second run for these drivers. Here we go, Carl Rydquist. As Rydquist, 52 on his first run, which is currently in 40th. So 52 for Rydquist. Rydquist waiting for a score. Road Race Engineering, Burke Technologies, Turbo by Garrett, 350Z. Road Race Engineering, a shop based out of Southern California. Currently 38, so Rydquist does not make the show. Rydquist with a 56. He is currently 38, so Carl Rydquist is not in top 32. All right, so here we go. Looks like Mats Berabo coming to us from Canada, gold in the net. 56 on his first run. Mats Berabo. Way off that front clip. Or off that rear clip, excuse me. Oh, some wavering there from the gold in the net. BC, run BC. BC Racing, he's got BC all over the car. So Mats Berabo, that big Mark II. Matt Spedabo, currently 35th, the score of 59. So unfortunately for Matt Spedabo, does not make top 32. Man, a lot of these drivers just not putting it together 100%, just cohesive as far as line and angle and just everything, man. Just style, obviously, the biggest element of all. Here comes Dennis Bertzanis. Arc Performance, Kenda Tires, Genesis Coupe. Woo! Man, thought he was going to salvage that angle, but just does not do it. So Dennis Bertzanis, DMZ, does not make it into top 32 as well. Reoccurring theme right now. All right, so a 65, currently in 26th is Mark Landerville. He's on the start line. We're also getting word that Daigo Saito is foregoing his second run. So Daigo Saito not going to take his second pass. Not taking his second pass. Here comes Mark Landerville. Well, he's already in 26, so a good place to be. That LS powered standard suspension, S14. Let's see if he can get better here on the second run. Don't know if that's going to be enough. '68 puts Landerville into 19th. So look at that, Landerville jumps up to 19th with a score of 68. So here comes Tony Angelo back to the start line. Let's see how Tangelo Drift does here on a second run. Scion Racing, Hoonigan, Hankook Tires, Scion FRS. Quick approach to that first rear clipping zone, a late transition to the second. About a quarter car length off that front clip and through the finish line. Smoke on the Hankook Tires in the straight. Is Tony Angelo as he waits his score. Comes a result. Tony Angelo, a 58, does not make top 32, puts him in 37th. Jeff Stoneback, currently in 18th. How we doing, John Chase, Destroyer? What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Stoneback, Stone Cold. Big angle, but way off of that first rear clipping zone. Nice approach to that front clip. Killer exclamation point there on that final clipping zone. Again, thank you to our fans and thank you to our sponsors who make this event possible. Take your track session to the next level with the new GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. It's 20% lighter with improved battery life and a host of new features, including Super View. Learn more at GoPro.com. The official camera of Formula Drift has transformed the way action is captured today by introducing a truly unique perspective to sports and professional video production industries around the world. GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. I want to thank our other sponsors, including Exity Clutches, Motegi Racing Wheels, NK Wheels, and KW Suspension. Other tire suppliers include Kenda Tire, Yokohama Tire, Maxxis Tire, and GT Radial. Stoneback jumps up with a 76 to 11th. Stone Cold Stoneback. Jeff 316 from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania gets into 11th. As here comes doing it for Dale, Pat Gooden. And Juku Racing turbocharged LS on Falcon tires. Snappy transition into the rear clipping zone. Pat Gooden, snappy, another one into the second rear clipping zone. Some twitchiness from the front wheels, but he does navigate the nose of that S13 across the finish line. Pat Gooden, man, just over the years progressively, just putting it out there, so good job. Good on to Pat. Good on to the good end. 79.7 miles per hour in that transition. I want to thank our technical partners, Meister Watches. We're giving away a Meister watch this weekend. More details to follow. Meister creating the Formula Drift Meister Watch Collaboration Watch, exclusive limited edition. Check out MSTR Watches on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course the website. Alpine Stars, one goal, one vision, Alpine Stars. And Bell One Communications, our official communication partner of Formula Drift. Pat Gooden with a 77, currently 8th. So 77 on his second run as Pat Gooden currently sits in 8th, running for that Turbo Life Turbo Cup. As I believe it's currently led by Kenny Moen, but again, a couple grand up for grabs and the Turbo Cup. Jonathan Castro, he's running V13, Voodoo 13, the suspension kit proprietary angle kit designed by Chris Forsberg, as he's in the Progresso Hankook tires, Menthol Don 370Z. Let's see where Castro lands here in the second run. Standing on that rev limiter as Castro pulls through the finish line and awaits the judge's verdict. Not a seamless run there from Castro, still exciting nonetheless. Currently 70 points and sitting in 17th, so sitting comfortably in top 32. He ain't going anywhere. He's definitely going to be in 32 for the Dominican driver, Jonathan Castro. Congratulations to him and his new wife. Just getting married here last, I believe it was last month. Actually 2 months ago in July. So congratulations to him and his new wife. Waiting for Castro's score. Look at that, a 77, currently in 9th. So Castro, probably his best qualifying position as of yet. So Castro sitting good, sitting pretty in that Progresso Methodon 370Z as Daijiro Yoshihara, 2011 Formula Drift champion. The Falcon tires, discount tires, Subaru BRZ. Dean Carnage Carney, look at that, currently sitting in first position, the score of 87. Forrest Wang currently sitting in second with a score of 86, just a point behind him. Odi Bakshis sitting in third with an 84. Daigo Saito, who forewent his second run, currently in fourth with Ken Bushi sitting in fifth. Let's see how Dai Yoshihara fares. Try to get that first outside clip point, locks up the rear. Nice job on that front clip. Like the angle. Good counter steer from Daijiro. Daijiro Yoshihara. I mean, Daijiro. We call him Strawberry Daiquiri Yoshihara. Big fan of creme brulee, that kid. Currently 15th with a score of 73. Currently 15th with a score of 73 for Daijiro Yoshihara. All right, scores are in. 82 gets Dai Yoshihara up to 6th. Taking a look at the schedule today, we are currently in qualifying for our pro class. Here we go with Kyle the Menace Mohan, Energy X GT Radial Monster Tricks RX8. Bit off that first rear clipping zone. Yeah, nice. Standing on it. Qualifying scheduled to go till 5:30. We'll have a break and then we'll be back on the live stream at 8 o'clock. So local time, just an FYI, is 5 o'clock. So local time just before 5 o'clock, it's 4:58 p.m. Central Standard Time. Once we commence our qualifying here, if you're in person, we do have a dedicated autograph session that will be in front of the podium. That's 5:30 to 6:30. So head on over there, 5:30 to 6:30, just after qualifying, obviously pending if we get done here, as Kyle Mohan grabs a 69, dude, and slides into 19th. So Kyle Mohan, Energy X, GT Radial Mazda Tricks RX-8 gets in the mix. So now remember, Chelsea DeNofa, one-time resident of Texas, currently sitting on a 0 in that BC Racing Nitto Tires BMW. Needs to get a score to get into the top 32. Now the driver's sitting in 32nd right now. I mean, Dan Savage currently sitting 30th, Alec Honadale currently 31st, and Miro Ocherek. So Miro Ocherek, if Chelsea gets a score of 63 or higher pending the tiebreaker, Chelsea DeNofa could knock Miro out of top 32. So here comes Chelsea filling that first rear clipping zone, going to the second, wall to wall. Nice job so far by Chelsea. All signs are saying that Chelsea, if he pulls it across the finish line, he's going to be high up there. Great showing by Chelsea. Man, you think he'd just run a safe run, but no, man, he is going for the gusto. Say howdy, get rowdy, and he definitely threw a rowdy run out there by Chelsea DeNofa. So again, autograph session on site, 5:30 to 6:30. We'll be back here with the live stream beginning at 8 p.m. local time. We'll have our, and a reminder, the autograph session is at the podium. So our live stream again going live at 8 o'clock. Autograph session 5:30, 6:30, right in front of the Formula Drift podium. We will be having our Pro 2 Top 16 competition, driver introduction, and all of it going down tonight. Then tomorrow, gates open. And look at that, Chelsea DeNofa, our #1 qualifier with an 88. An 88 currently first. So Chelsea DeNofa, our new #1 qualifier, goes from 0 to hero, just like that, as Charles Ng, he doesn't have, let's see if he can get up in the mix as well. As Charles Ng, maximum attack, Achilles radial, supercharged V8 G37. So Charles Ng had a 59 on his first run. He is out of top 32. A run like that could put him up there. Remind you, a 62, so Miro Ocherek officially knocked out. Now Alec Honadale on the bubble. Charles Ng gets a 68, puts him up to 24th. So the Maximum Attack Achilles Radial G37 jumps up to 24th. Coming to us from Hong Kong. Matt Field, CX Racing, Black Tracks, Nitto Tires, Vortex Supercharged LS from San Jose, California. Go Sharks. Here we go. Matt Field coming in. Nice angle. Field hanging it out there. Spinning those rotiform wheels. Look at that smoke coming off the back. Running through the gears. Nice job there by Field. That Van Hant, a 58 on his first run, so he is currently out of top 32. So if he does well, Alec from Florida will be knocked out. I mean, that's unofficial, but that's the last time I saw the ticker as Chelsea Denofa jumped up to first, knocking out Miro Ovtrak. That should have effectively... Oh, so Alec actually just got bumped out with Charles Ng getting in. So now Dan Savage is currently on the bubble. So I apologize, getting up here to the top of the order as these drivers were not in top 32. Now they're getting in the mix. So if now Dan Savage in the Sickie RX-8 is on the bubble in 32nd with Matt Field. His score awaits, and he makes it in top 32. Matt Field with a 73 gets into 17th. So unfortunately, Dan Savage is knocked out of top 32. Car number 17, Tyler the Rock McCory. Mobile One, GoPro, Chevrolet Camaro. Here comes Tyler the Rock McCory on Hankook tires. Wow, way off of that first rear clipping zone. There's Tyler McCory. I'm not gonna say not as good as his first run. Contreras tuning in, cheering on his driver, that is Chelsea Denofa. Waiting for the score from Tyler McCoy. As I said, gonna assume that it's and does not improve, as Tyler McCoy with a 74, already sitting currently in 9th. And here we go, this is Ken Gucci. Ken Gucci already sitting pretty. Ready, Hankook tires, FRS. Currently in 6th with an 82 is the Goosh, Ken Gucci. All right, so Gucci with an 81, currently in 6th, so he maintains that 6th position. All right, here we go. Our next driver, Ryan Turk. So Danny George currently sitting on the bubble in 32nd. Here we go. This is Ryan Turk, Retax Lifestyle Backpacks, Maxxis Tires, United States Air Force, SuperTech, FRS. Here comes Ryan Turk, star of his own Network A show, Turk. If you haven't seen him, pretty much live under a rock. If you're watching drifting, it's Ryan Turk. Good transition by him. A lot more fluid than his first run. Off of that front clip. The 2JZ powered Scion FRS. Currently sitting in 27th place. Currently sitting 27th place is Ryan Turk with a score of 67. So currently sitting 27th with a score of 67. As Ryan Turk patiently waits his second score. All right, Ryan Turk with 81, currently jumps up to 9th. So a good showing there by Ryan Turk, living the turbo life. Turbo by Garrett, Turbo Cup up for grabs as the Sideways cheers on Matt Field. The Sideways on Instagram, psyched for that one. As Michael Essa definitely liked him approaching that first rear clipping zone transition. See how we do on this second run, and there is Essa's signature angle, but does not get out to that second rear clipping zone. Tries to tighten it up on the front. Love the angle from Essa. Not exactly placing the car exactly where he needs to be. Chelsea Nofa currently sitting first. Dean Carnage Carney in second. Forrest Wang rounding up those top 3 spots. You can see the ticker up top there. Odi Bakshis currently sitting in 4th. Daigo Saito 5th. Ken Gucci in 6th. Results are up. Michael Essa grabs 8th position with a score of 80. So, nice job there. Oh, man. Nice Instagram there, Corey Hosford. All right. '74 puts Conrad Grunwald into 17th in the Megan Racing Hankook Tires BRE Motorsports built Molly internals Chevrolet Camaro on Hankook Tires. Let's see how Conrad Grunwald does here on his second run. Can he better it? Again, currently sitting in 17th with the Texas flag on the roof. Can he bring some Texas luck to his side? So Conrad Grunwald waits a score, does that better. His current ranking of 17th. Yeah. Right, and Conrad Grunwald does. 77 puts him into 14th. Some good showing there by Conrad Grunwald. Jumps up considerably. Cleared center, next driver, Forrest Wang, who's currently sitting in 3rd. Good Nuts Laboratory. Hankook Tires, STR Racing Wheels, 2JZ powered, 240SX S14. comfortably in that top 3 spot. Nice job, just tight to that front clip. Running that brand new Doof Performance kit. Where Doof came from, I don't know. Find out. Doof Performance, new body kit. Designed and built in Arizona, designed by Forrest Wang, Doof Performance. Body kit. Waiting for Forrest Wang's score. And Forrest Wang, a 94. 94, Forrest Wang jumps up to first position. Forrest Wang, man, killing it is Forrest Wang. Just absolutely dialed. Here we go, Robbie Bushido Blade Nishida, Achilles Radial Toyota Sword. Woo, Nishida standing in it. The wide apex swing onto that front clip. There's a look at Robbie Nishida's run. They're taking a look at it again. Did he shut it down before the finish line? Oh, I mean, I mean, not only is it like a correction before the finish line, but it's also a rear clipping zone. Did he fill it? I mean, that's basically like if he went in front of this rear clipping zone in front of the judges stand. I mean, unfortunately, man, we'll see. I mean, the judges are looks like they're gonna score it. Let's find out. So yeah, it does look like they're gonna score it. Waiting for Nishida's score. Here's result for Nishida. Does 63, puts him into 20th. So Nishida 63, currently 20th in qualifying position. So we're currently in our top 10 drivers. Dean was our #1 qualifier for a while, then came to Nofa, then came Wang back at it. But Dean Carney currently sitting 3rd, standing on it, light up those Achilles radials. Nice job there by Dean Carney. Man, ripping through the course. Again, hashtag FDTX all your photos. Tag @Formula D, hashtag Formula D, and even tag myself and in the photos on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Let everybody know you're either here or watching it. They can watch it live today and tomorrow. We have Pro 2 just about wrapping up. Qualifying here for Pro. We have Pro 2 beginning at 8 o'clock on the live stream. We will have practice prior to that, and also our top 16 driver introduction as Dean Carney gets a 76, still sitting in 3rd position. As far as tomorrow's schedule goes, the gates open at 12 o'clock again tomorrow. Competition and live stream goes hot at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Now JTP, he's currently sitting outside of the bubble. He has a 0 on his first run. He definitely needs to get up in the mix, filling that 2nd rear clipping zone. Can he tighten it up? Looking consistent is JTP. So right now, so you can see Cotto, Field, Kaufman, 17th, 18th, 19th. Sitting on the bubble in 32nd is the gentleman who's biting his fingernails. So Danny George is currently sitting in 32nd. Danny George is currently 32nd. So right now, if JTP gets into top 32, that means Danny George will be knocked out, and he does. So JTP jumps to 19th spot with a score of 73. Danny George is knocked out. Man, the ante just keeps getting upped here as Odi Bakshis is on the start line. So, man, drivers keep getting knocked out one after the other. That's Odi Bakshis. Suspension Nitto tires, LS14. Woo! Snappy transition from Odi. Can he hang on to it? Yes, he can. Wow. Really hanging it out there. Great massaging of that S14. A good showing there by Odi Bakshis. Man, I'd love to see that again from Odi Bakshis. Really liked the aggressive snappy transition. Great degree of angle. Yeah, let's take a look at that again. Nitto tire instant replay is coincidentally running Nitto tires. Watch this transition here. So fills that rear clipping zone, boom, just holds that angle. Look at the front wheels. There is a correction there, but surprisingly gets it out to that front clip. So very stylish. You know, wasn't the fastest from that outside clipping zone to the final front clip, but definitely liked what Odi did there. So as Odi awaits his score, we're heavily into the top 10. They're nearing our top 5 drivers. Remember, currently first in points, Chris Forsberg, Frederick Osbo, Von Gittin Jr. There it is. Odi Bakshis, 86, puts him into 4th position. So Odi Bakshis jumps up to 4th with an 86. All right, sending car 8. Here he is, Darren McNamara. So currently sitting in 5th. Turbocharged V8 way off of that first rear clipping zone. Really locking him up, and that is not a pretty approach. Not a correction, but definitely an ugly line to that front clip. Scores are up. D-Mac with a score of 60, currently 25th. So we are in the top 5 as we advance on to our next driver. Kenny Moen. Kenny Moen, Keeley's Radial S14. So the top 32 is officially locked in at this point. Here's Kenny Moen. Nice job on that rear clipping zone, transitioning for the 2nd. Good job. Happy birthday to Justin Elkins. Happy birthday to Justin Elkins. So again, Bill Elkins sending a happy birthday shout out to you, Justin, buddy. Happy birthday. One day want to be in Drifter yourself. Hopefully we'll see you out here someday competing in Formula Drift. Here's a result for Kenny Moen's score, 74, puts him into 18th. So Vaughn is currently 32nd. I mean, look at this. He's currently on the bubble. There's no way he can get knocked out because Osbo and Forsberg are already in 32, but you know he wants to better it. A little twitchy transition there from first to second rear clipping zone, bringing it on home across the finish line. No matter where Chelsea Denofa goes, the number 88 seems to follow him. It is his door card number. He's a fan of Back to the Future. He did Back to the Future 2 impersonation in Miami, jumping over the vehicle of Tyler McCory. Did the OG Back to the Future with the tire set ablaze, and currently sitting with an 88 in the mix. So we're officially in top 3 drivers, point standings. How we doing, Joey Redmond, Recta Magazine? What do we got going on here? Happy birthday to Dean Carnage Carney, man. Happy birthday to the Carnage. Maybe he's feeling a little happy birthday vibes. And Von Gittin Jr. jumps up to 11th with a score of 80. Von Gittin Jr. definitely doesn't want to sit way down there in 32nd, so joins the gang up top. Currently second in points, Frederick Osbo, Norwegian Hammer. Papadakis Racing, Hankook Tires, Scion TC. Great showing there by the Norwegian Hammer. Woo! Baked, not fried, those Hankook tires. As Frederick Osbo tears through the finish line, we reached our final driver, Chris Forsberg, as we await Frederick Osbo's score. So local time, 5:25. Man, we are just on the button as far as schedule. 5:25, we're scheduled to go to 5:30. You are completely on it, as we have our autograph session just after this. Of course, give the driver some time, cool down, get set up. I mean, can't cool down anymore. It's freezing. Sorry. I mean, mentally. Not talking about physically. It's definitely a cold, brisk, frigid afternoon here. As again, ideal conditions tomorrow, but wind is 18 miles per hour here at Texas Motor Speedway. Feels about 66. Frederick Osbo currently 5th with a score of 86. So Frederick Osbo up in the mix as Chris Forsberg. I know at one point he was sitting 13th. We'll see how Chris Forsberg does here on his last and final run of qualifying here at Texas Motor Speedway. And he's currently in 16th. Chris Forsberg currently first in points. So where it stands right now is a big, you know, this is for championship contention. I mean, our 1, 2, and 3 are definitely in top 32. Where they shape up for head-to-head is TBD at this point, but the points is the big facet of where Chris Forsberg ends up, as Frederick Osbo currently sitting in 5th. And he jumps up to 2nd. Chris Forsberg qualifies 2nd with a score of 89. So a good showing there by Chris the Force Forsberg, currently 1st in points, qualifying 2nd with a great showing there by Forrest Wang. If he wants to lock up the championship this weekend with some turn of events from other drivers, this is a good start for him. So, again, this is Jared Dienda, your tour guide for this weekend. Ryan Sage will be joining me for Pro 2 local time, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a brisk, frigid afternoon here at Texas Motor Speedway. So when we come back, that's in just about 2.5 hours. We'll introduce you to our top 16 drivers here in Pro 2 competition for round 6 of 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship, but one round of the Pro 2 when we come back here at Formula Drift.